Jim. Okay, here. Don't tell me what I'm writing on top of here, okay, please. Okay, so we have on here the date, and you would just put the date just to remind you what day it was. So I think it was the 21st I did this. And so his message was, I love gym class. Don't tell the PE teachers that he wrote that, okay? Because we could play games. Okay? So does that make sense? So then we're going to look at what he did for each of those words, right? For I, he wrote it independently. So you see how on the bottom it says wrote independently and quickly? He gets a box around I. And guess what? We like the boxes, right? That's what we're trying to get. Love, he wrote this way. And he actually wrote that pretty automatically. He's pretty sure that's love. Okay? For Jim, he did J-M. He sub-vocalizes it, but that's how he did it. And so I'm going to give that an S-A. Do you see on the bottom where it says sound analysis, letter by letter? That was how he wrote that. For class, he went, how did he figure that one out? Sound analysis. He just said it slowly. So do you see that S-A? I'm going to look afterwards for my observations on what he did. All right? I love gym class. For because he wrote P cause. What do you think that was? How did you figure that one out? I think it's all sound analysis. And then for we, he wrote it this way. You know what that is? It's the we. It's the we, right? It's also Spanish. Mm-hmm. It's both of those. It could be. Sometimes you'll see it with the two eyes. How did he figure it out? How did he figure it out? Sound analysis. For could, he wrote this. So you following what I'm doing? I'm just looking at what he did. How did he do that? Sound analysis. Sound analysis. For play, this is what he wrote. Right? Did you see that was a J on the end? That's not a Y. Why did he do that? Play. He doesn't know his sound solid, right? In English. He knows him solid in Spanish, but he doesn't know him solid. But how did he figure it out? It's sound analysis again, right? And for games, his first attempt, I don't know if you could see it, was this. And then he went games and he erased and he got the M in. Did you see that? I was kind of excited about that. And you see down here where it shows the multiple attempt? Mm-hmm. That's what I showed there, right? Did he write in parts anywhere? No. Did he copy anywhere? Do you see this little squiggle mark? Mm-hmm. That's for copying. Did he copy anywhere? No. Nope. And did he self-correct anywhere? No. So this is what we have of him, right? So our observations here are what we think he needs instructionally for writing. So this running record for writing is not a percentage of accuracy. It's not that at all. It's just when I look at this and I think about what he needs, what would I say he needs? Analysis. What? Some analysis. Well, I don't know if I'm going to agree because that's all he did do and it didn't work so well for him, right?
Okay. He needs to be able to know I can use the word while and find existing words and copy.
So I would say you're onto it's high frequency words. What high frequency words should he already know? He's a third grader, just so you know.
Love and play.
So if I'm going to put HFW for high frequency words, you can write it out. I'm just in a lazy place, right? But I think love should be a known word. I think play should be a known word. What else should be a known word?
We could.
We.
And could.
Yeah, maybe could. I would say, truthfully, it's a second language. He's really seen very little of anything. I'm just saying that like K1 words right now. If I don't have we, I'm not going could right now. That's not my next edge.
Play and we.
Right? So I'm going to put that there. What else do you think? What would help him? What do we need to do to get him to a better place, more efficient? The sound analysis is not working very well for him, right? So he should be checking his high frequency words. What you know, you should know. You know love. Come on. Do you know why he wrote love and not like? He said like. Do you know why he wrote love?
Because he knew how to write.
He thinks he knows love and he doesn't want to deal with like because he doesn't know how to write like.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what? From watching him, I'm going to add like to that whole thing because I just want him to know that, right? He avoided it, like the play, because he's a third grader and he knows well enough how to get out of things that get sticky. Okay? He's pretty, what of these words could you do or parts you think he should have known?
B.
Yeah, I'm a little bothered he doesn't know B. So I might be teaching him some word parts. Things like be. I don't care about the cause part, but the be part he should hear, he should know that part, right? What other things could he do in some parts? You know, if he doesn't know play, I would like to see, instead of play, I'd like to see a pull and an A. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to see a little bit more of some parts coming out of him. It'd be a lot faster. There's a lot of sounds. If I look at that, I don't even count it right now. You know how many sounds that is? It's probably 40 sounds, right? That's a really tedious thing to write 40 sounds. It's only 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 words. That would be a better way to write it. If I could write 5 of those words fast and I only had to do, and then 2 of those words I could do with parts, and then I only had a little bit I had to do with sound analysis, it'd be a whole lot less tedious. Because look at his writing. Go back to just what this is. If you're the teacher, what does that look like?
Well, in third grade, that looks like.
That looks like awful, right?
Yeah, you think, okay, that's like kindergarten, early first grade.
Right. And part of it is because he just hasn't read a lot in English or written a lot in English. But the second part of it is, what are we going to teach next? Does that make sense to you? So the idea now is that you're going to go back and do this with your case study student on one thing, one sentence, and just watch, don't teach, and see what they do and what that means for you implication-wise. Does that make sense? So you're going to take those blank ones I gave you and go give it a shot, and they can write about, you know, whatever they want. Who cares? Just take a look at what they look like writing and see if you can figure out what your next edge is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.